She's one of the greatest athletes to ever live. He's an impressive safety in the NFL. So why are fans so upset that these two lovebirds share a nest? Simone Biles revealed on the Today Show in 2023 that she didn't experience the joys of newly married life after her Hawaii wedding to Jonathan Owens because he had to leave just 2 days after the ceremony to fulfill his duties as a Green Bay Packers player. Still, the Olympian clarified that she was grateful they both had such thriving careers.
He's doing great out in Green Bay. He has his first game against Chicago this week, so.
You're such a good cheerleader for him.
Biles also claimed that long distance had given the couple a newfound appreciation for what little time they did have together. Similarly, the celebrated gymnast took to Instagram in August 2023 to share a photo of her reuniting with her husband on the field at an NFL game and captioned it, "Long distance isn't easy, but seeing you play your heart out is so worth it. I'm so proud of you, baby." Despite all the little silver linings, the multiple gold medal winner naturally missed Owens tons too. In October 2023, Biles posted an Instagram story to express her longing for her missing hubby. The couple had only been reunited a month prior when Biles shared a photo on Instagram of her left hand sweetly laying next to Owens. The couple faced a similarly long separation when Biles went to Paris for the 2024 Olympics and Owens stayed back to train. Fortunately, this time around, he was allowed to miss a few preseason practices to cheer his wife on. When Simone Biles appeared on E! News' Daily Pop in 2021, she acknowledged that two athletes don't always spend their time in married bliss. She explained that she and Owens could never agree on which one of their areas of expertise was harder, gymnastics or football. No love was lost between the couple as they always put their differences aside to be each other's biggest cheerleaders. However, when Biles spoke to Sports Illustrated about a month later, she divulged that the recurring argument greatly frustrated her because gymnastics was evidently harder to master, saying, "I could go out there and learn how to throw a football, and he's like, every time they get hit, it's like a car crash. I'm like, you're literally a safety. You don't get hit. If you get hit, you're not doing your job." Still, the NFL player seemingly stood his ground. During a December 2023 appearance on Peacock's Back That Year Up, Biles confirmed that she and her husband had mutually agreed to never argue about their crafts after tying the knot, but they kept coming back to it. However, she was happy to note that she could easily keep up with him through his NFL workouts, while Owens struggled to get through her demanding exercise routine. On Jonathan Owens' Pivot podcast appearance, he suggested that he didn't know that Simone Biles was a world-renowned gymnast before meeting her on Raya. The football player explained that he didn't have a particular inclination for gymnastics, so he wasn't aware of some of the sport's most impressive athletes, like his future wife.
Let me see who this is. Gymnastics, I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity.
Fair enough, but Owens arguably dug himself into a deeper hole when he confidently informed the host that he was the true catch in their relationship, and reckoned that men are the catch, generally speaking, too. Social media users were baffled by Owens' tall claims. Angry fans flooded his Instagram comments demanding an apology for talking about his highly accomplished wife in what they viewed as an undermining manner. One user on Instagram even sneered, "I didn't know of you until Simone Biles posted you, sir." However, Owens wasn't fazed by the backlash, saying to Us Weekly in 2024 that he never put much stock in social media comments anyway. Jonathan Owens didn't leave it there either, also confessing on the Pivot podcast that he wasn't ready for a serious relationship when he met Simone Biles. The NFL player was initially unsure if he should lock things down with her because Owens was still in the early years of his career at the time. As a result, the Olympic gold medalist apparently had to work extra hard to get him on board with the idea of commitment. Furthermore, Owens stated that if it weren't for an Instagram message, their connection would have ended at the Raya match, since he wasn't compelled to make a move. While the hosts joked that the gymnast should thank her lucky stars that all her efforts paid off and she landed a man like Owens, Biles chimed in to point out that she could have had him regardless. Simone Biles came to Jonathan Owens' defense after his comments on the Pivot podcast drew intense ire from fans. During an April 2024 appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Biles said that she initially didn't let the negative comments get to her and simply wrote them off as jokes. Eventually, though, people took things a bit too far, and the gymnast was gravely affected by just how negatively strangers were speaking about the man she loved. Biles reiterated that she wasn't offended by his catch comment, pointing out,
I didn't think anything of that interview. And he never said I wasn't a catch. He said he was a catch. because he is.
The Olympian couldn't gush about him enough, proclaiming that Owens was extremely appreciative of her. In fact, even on the Pivot podcast, she stood by her man. As the hosts noted that she was the stronger athlete, Biles reasoned,
"In a couple years, nobody is going to call him Simone Biles' husband. They'll call me Jonathan Owens' wife."
Unfortunately, Biles' own opinion about her relationship wasn't enough to convince some overzealous fans. However, she has never been one to let criticism get to her, posting an Instagram story in May 2024 warning people that persistent critics of their marriage would be blocked.